Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, last time out we were building this entire town. We've built up Croydon. So you can see we've got a whole bunch of roads here that are understandably empty at this point in time. But we also have the railway station and a road that looks like it cuts off right at the front of the screen because I messed up the measurements, or more specifically, I wasn't thinking with the measurements, so I need to figure something out there. Thank you, Autosave, for getting in the way. In this video, we are going to be getting the railways laid from Downham Market to Croydon. So that is going to involve probably some cutting of roads, some cutting of farms, figuring out where we want to go along the hills. The route does not seem very hilly, but it does seem like there is a substantial change in altitude, but it is quite a gentle, perhaps a sloping, rolling hill, as opposed to some severe hills or some high-level hills, or whatever you call them, where there is a specific geographical name for it, I believe, but so I cannot remember what it is, where hills are clumped together in a specific way with, you know, hills and valleys, as opposed to just a gentle rolling hill. So anyway, before we get into geography and I start looking that up and trying to figure out what the precise term for this type of hill is, that is what we're going to be getting on with. Once we've done that, the idea is to try and look at adding some of the detail to it, and then see if I can extend the line and see if I can get passengers using this one. Now, I'm not all too fussed about passengers using the trains. At the end of the day, Transport Fever 2's sort of system does not work all too well when you have multiple trains going through the same stations. But that being said, I have tried it before in Series 1 and I did manage to get it working. So if I can somehow manage to get it working in this one, that will be awesome. And maybe there will just be certain areas where there will not be a lot of passengers, but the rest of the line should hopefully be rather busy. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. You'll also see some birds flying overhead. Let's ignore them. And normally when you hover over them, they have some sort of joke or some sort of a pun or some sort of a sneaky comment. So we're just going to ignore them and pretend they are not there. Let's get started. Okay, first off, we need to plan out where we're going to go. So this is the hill I was talking about. You can see that it is very gently going uphill here. Very, very gently. So from down here, you look up and you can see there is a gentle hill, more so in that direction, and just in the distance you can see it coming up over the horizon, where this is sort of where the peak is of said hill, and then it comes back down on this side and just eases off, and you can see it sort of going downwards towards Shepshire, I think, in this direction, as it comes downwards. Oh, sorry, towards Batsley. So we need to figure out how we're going to do this. It should not be too much of an issue, but I do want it to look rather nice. Now, first thing is first, how many passengers does this train have? 108, so that's a full train. So that bit is certainly working, which is good. Well, I mean, it's a full train. It still looks empty, but it's a full train. That will do. Why is that doing that? It's ruining my trees. I'm going to have to fix that. Anyway, we shall create what kind of speeds were we looking at? Was it 60 now? Yes, it's 60. So let's go ahead and 1889. Let's do 60. Let's continue at 60 miles per hour. I've also noticed, are these the right tracks? I guess so. Yeah, I think they're the right tracks. I have no idea what the speed is of those tracks, but let's continue through at at 60 miles per hour. Without that, there we go. And first off, so we have this weird downhill. See that, or we could keep it flat. I think keeping it flat might be a better option here. You can see the hill go. You can see that going downhill right there. So if we keep it flat for now, and the idea of this is that this will eventually all end up being. I cannot remember how long this is. Is this 160 or? Why are you doing that? Just do that. 120. Right. This is going to end up becoming quite a lot longer. So I need an additional 160 as a flat here. So for that, we'll go ahead and demolish that and say, let's say 180. That will give us a 280 meter station, which should be the largest station we're ever going to have. And of course, we could sort of perhaps push out this way if we wanted to, but this is going to be our better option. So again, I am sort of planning forward now for this. I didn't realise there were crows. I thought there were seagulls. Something mysterious. Okay. I said I wasn't going to check that, but I've ended up checking it anyway. So, slight embankment and then it goes back down. That looks nice in that direction. This direction, not so much. I need to do a lot of work there. Right, and then where is Croydon? It's there. So realistically, we want to cross this road, perhaps follow along here, follow along this line, come across here, along this area, then perhaps in on this side, through here. Oh no, that's not right. Through here is where we want to go. Okay, hold on. So if I just do a level crossing, which in this one it's dipping, which I very much do not want it to do. It needs to, well, I suppose it needs to stay flat. No, that should be fine. Stay flat like that. Just for this crossing, or try and lift it. Okay. Now let's stay flat just for this crossing. That's not right. What kind of mess was that? Okay. Change of plan. We'll put this road back in a moment. Keep that flat just for this section. There we go. Go back to the roads. It's this road, wasn't it? Put that back in. There we go. And then we could use that tool to drop this one notch down. So instead of this going uphill, we'll just drop this slightly and we'll see where that leads. Now, continuing on with this, what kind of curvature is that? That's all wrong. That is what I'm after. Yeah, that is what I would like to see. One, I will break that. We'll go through here, follow along. I mean, that, it's not terrible. Follow along. That's going to be quite a tight corner, isn't it? That is a very slow corner. Okay. So my other option is to try and go straight across, potentially. If I open this, right, if I open this up, perhaps, and let's use this one to open this up, it'll be easier. There we go. If I do that, open that up, like so, and then I'll have to clear this bit, but that could be okay, and then perhaps, this is going to be a little difficult. How about that? Look, there used to be a public right-of-way there. Do that and do that. In fact, cut through here. Now, this is going to be a little bit messy, but I'm going to fix this in a moment. Cut through there. Break this bit. Give me a... that there, and... with that there. There we go. I mean, that sort of could work. Maybe would I cut this corner and just say instead of that do that? That's possible. That is possible. This one comes up right up against the railway where it would be obviously guarded. I mean, it's not terrible. And then next up, we break through here and here. This one's going to be interesting. And I'd like to try and let's have a look at how this is looking. Can I keep it up on an embankment? Bring it down an embankment? Hold on. Let's have a look at where that goes. Is it just going to get bigger and bigger? It is. The possibility of a bridge here is quite... The possibility of a bridge here is very possible. So we could do a bridge, but then that defeats my idea of keeping this nice and low to the ground. So sort of defeating that idea. For now, let's check out what happens if I do this. So that is digging in a little, which I'd probably rather not do. So let's keep it, let's let it have its little bit there. And then I suppose I do not want to go onto that side, so I will try and turn it. Turn it this way and just cut it through the middle. Realistically, it is possible. It's a very gentle turn. Extremely gentle. You can see that how gentle that turn actually is. Why does that look weird? Does that look really, really weird? And then straight through here. I'm not sure why I'm making the second one right now. Should probably just focus on one. We'll create the second as it comes along. And then gentle turn like that. Now if I were to keep this elevated a little, it's not terrible. How does it keep going if it stays elevated? Let's elevate that and then see. Obviously we're going to break through this area. Can I keep that elevated? Hold on. Not quite the turn I was after. There we go. How high up does that end up going? If it's a small, as I said, if it's a small embankment, I have mentioned this before. A small embankments, I'm not fussed with. Yeah, see now, no more than that. That is as high an embankment as I would want. Realistically, you'd normally see that at a road, but that is pretty much as high an embankment as I would want. So In fact, ideally, I'd probably want that lower. Now, my issue is how do I keep this embankment? What would be great is if I could keep this at the height, at the same height all the time. So that's high off the ground. That would be awesome. What I can do is I can attempt it by how can I do this? If I go ahead and yeah, I know. I'll find the point at which I'm happy with it staying where it is. It's not there. This is where that marker tool is going to come in handy if I can pull this off, which I apparently cannot. There must be a way to keep this a specific height off the ground. Okay, the only thing I can think of is how high is this? This is what? 88, 90, 103, 99, 104. What? That's not a 5-meter climb. 101, 99, 80, 70, 60, 30. Oh, that's not the right value. It's because I'm looking at D as for depth, not Z. Let's try that again. 35, 8, 36. And this is 49. So it's essentially 5 up. So what I could do is I could... how do I lift something? How do I just lift it? I cannot. Also, I could attempt it. So it's going to be 5 up. This is currently far more than 5 up. This isn't abysmal. It's just that it's going to get bigger and bigger. That's the problem. Should I just have it follow? Maybe I should just have it follow the ground. Let's just have a look. Let's see. So from here, let's have it just follow along. Now again, I just wish that it was possible to lift it up, lift everything up just a bit. But I think I can do that if I just work on it a little in a bit. Okay. So we'll have it go along like oh dear. We'll have it go along like this. So the detailing might end up coming up in another video. Just looking at how difficult this is turning out to be. Okay, that's not bad. It's following the route. I'll just have it follow along this path roughly. So you could be chuffing along here, seeing some trees. I think that works. That works. Keep pressing that. Now we come up to one of the main roads. So at this point, I need to ensure that I do go straight across it. I kind of wanted to... Right, maybe if I break this and I focus on ensuring that that is straight there, connect that to that. Oh, perhaps I could have left that bit in. We're going straight across, and that would work. We just need to demolish this bit. I've also found out that if I just take you away from here, just been working on figuring out what size borders I need. I've lengthened the width of these, or widened this up. It's so much nicer with a little bit of grass on either side, as opposed to this, for example, which is really quite tight. There is a little bit of grass, but as you can see, for the most part, it's tight. I've widened it by about a meter, and it seems to be working rather nicely. So I'll probably end up doing that everywhere else, and then seeing where we go from there. Right. Go across here, and then along there, and then straight up through that. I think that is our option. That looks like the best option there for us. We'll try and keep it at 60. Again, all of these I would very much like to cross at near to a right angle as possible. So I mean that it's not quite a right angle. That's what 70 degrees maybe, possibly. I think that's about 70 degrees. So I would, as I said, that's close enough, because once you're driving along these, you should be able to see a railway. So that will do that. Then we'll go through here. That's the target. We've got the opportunity to continue turning, keeping it fairly flat, and then break through that one. Continue straight, sure. We'll keep this section fairly straight, get rid of you. Do that, turn it again. Now comes a problem. Actually, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If I do this, break, 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 straight through. That's not too much of a problem. I've seen roads where you pull out of a junction and bam, there's a level crossing there. The only problem here is that I haven't got this lined up properly. If I do that, I think that could do. Unless I push it further up to here and then try and... But then this bit would be a little bit sharper than I'd like. I think that's a reasonable railway line, actually, looking at it. Let's put the second one in. And then I am going to attempt to use the marker tool to do some work to it. So before I put the detailing in, I'd like to attempt something, if it's possible. Now it may not be possible, it may fail horrendously, but I would like to... Let's see. Okay. Best option for me right now is to save this. That is the best option right now. I save this and then I check out what I want to do with it. Because this could crash out, this could do whatever. I've made a video now. A little bit less than I wanted it to be. It's nice that it moves around rather smoothly while saving. Now, it never used to. I probably want that border slightly further back. In fact, that is one of the things that I am going to do. I'm going to move this border. Which one is it? It's that one. Yeah. I'm going to move this border ever so slightly further back. It says, what part of straight border does that not understand? There we go. Go away. That's better. just slightly further back, like so. Just works a little better for me there. Okay, so this is also just a little close, but I'll deal with that. What I wanted to do is I wanted to try and lift all of these up. So if we go over to the marker tool, oh, this could go horribly wrong. I'm going to say marker start. I don't know, let's say here. Okay, that's fine. Marker end, let's say, for argument's sake, let's just put it here for now. Well, no. There you go. So that is one section. What was it again? Ramp equalizer? Was that the one? Now, it would normally smooth out the entire descent. In fact, I will do that. I'll have it smooth that out first. So, I think is it... You just click it and let it do its thing. And let's see if that sorts it out. So, that should just smooth out the entire gradient across it, which is important. I hope. Is that not doing what it... No, it's doing something because it's got the ID. Please work. Seeing about 800 meters of track here. There's a 13-meter descent there. Is that not going to... I think it's done it. I don't know. Might take a while. Does sometimes. Yeah, it's definitely doing something. Cannot see it's having done anything. Have I broken it? No idea. Next thing I want to do... I thought that's how you do it. I've done this before. You're supposed to ramp equalizer. Auto. I think it's done. Right, next thing I'm going to do is that one, which is a constant ascent. No. This one generates a constant ascent from the height difference. Constant descent. No, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to lift everything up. Which I suppose I could do it one node at a time. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. Although this is all broken. Great, I think I've broken it. So, in the meantime, whilst that's all not working, what can I do? I guess I can look at putting some of these farms back in. Yeah, I've definitely broken it because everything's slowed down. That's fine. Once it figures itself... Nope, yep, it's gone. Well, I mean... There's a track. There's definitely a track here now. It really doesn't look great. I'm just trying to figure out where on earth I would... Oh no, yeah, I tried to do this bit, didn't I? It didn't do it. Oh boy. Let me think. Trying to work out where to take a picture. I'll just pause this. Might work a little bit faster. Come on, computer, you can do this. Or not. That's just information. No, splitter, let's not do the splitter. ramp equalizer. I've definitely confused it. I've definitely caused a total breakdown. Okay, I guess I'm just going to sit here and wait. It's probably a good thing to do. Just sit and wait. At least for a few moments. And if it doesn't come back in a few seconds, then I'll just end the episode. It'll be a slightly shorter episode. I suppose it'd be roughly around the same kind of time. I think. It'd be roughly around the same kind of time as I'd want. Not quite as productive. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, it's struggling. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this episode here. I will, off camera, I will add the rest of these farms back in as they need to be. So, for example, I think this is going to be a really nice little farm here. I will get rid of things like that, so you can see it's just not doing anything. I'll do that, and I'll probably see if I can figure out how to use this marker tool for this section. Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! Yeah, this is probably a good time to end. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. I am looking, whilst I've got this opportunity, for a potential screenshot, but with all this lagging, kind of hard pressed to find one. Perhaps if I zoom out a little, try and get one from. Oh, actually, that's too far out. I suppose I could, in theory, try and take one like this, just showing that something's being built. And I'll put that as part 1. Although the autosave is now getting in the way, but I'll just have to sort of expand the picture. So let's just go ahead and do that. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, apologies for the mess up towards the end of the video, but I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. And as I said, I will try and fix all of this mess. And we should be able to get this detailed in the next video. At least that's the theory. I'll see you then.